Hey friends, welcome back to Jenny Food and My Kitchen. Dill pickles are all the rage these days. I mean, from snack flavors to sandwiches, to burgers, to salads and dips, and even pizza. You can find dill pickles on menus all across America. Well, today I'm jumping on the dill pickle bandwagon with steak and pickle kabobs. Doesn't that sound good? I had saw these on a TikTok someone else had made earlier this summer, and I thought, there's coming a day. Well, today's the day. We're making steak and pickle kabobs. Let's do this. So today, we are going to start these kabobs by marinating these steaks. Now, I have some choice New York strips that I bought at Costco, and these are my favorite steaks when it comes to kabobs. And then, of course, we are going to use some of that pickle juice in our marinade, but tomorrow we will be putting together these kabobs with some of these pickles. We also have some soy sauce, some W sauce, a little olive oil, some parsley, fresh lemon, pepper, and fresh garlic. So we are going to put these all together and let those babies soak overnight. And then tomorrow I will show you how, with a little dill pickle and onion, we will put those on some skewers and then grill those babies up. So let's get started doing this. To start off, I am going to add 1/3 of a cup of olive oil, 1/3 cup of the W sauce, 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce. Today I just have regular soy. And then we are going to add 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Or a little more. 1.5 tablespoons, so maybe we'll call it like a heaping tablespoon of parsley, and those will kind of rehydrate in the marinade. 1 teaspoon of black pepper. 3 tablespoons of our pickle juice. All right, there's 2. And 3. I'm also adding 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Now I forgot to mention that in the original ingredients, but this will help balance some of those acidic, like the pickle juice and the lemon juice, as well as the soy sauce. It'll kind of balance all of that out. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do about 4 cloves of garlic. Got a bunch of garlic on hand that I got to use up these days, so. All right, I'm just gonna whisk that marinade up. I have 4 steaks here. I don't know if I'm gonna use 3 or 4, just enough to kind of make sure that everything is coated. So I will let you know how many of those we use. But we'll go ahead and we will get started kind of cutting those steaks. Now I just like to cut this outside piece of fat right off. And then I just will follow that all along the steak. And you'll see, I mean, the rest of that is just good kabob meat. So I like to cut them, 1 inch to 1.5 inches thick. Actually, I'll put that right there. So I'm going to cut here, and then I'll go ahead and cut these in half. I normally do 4 to 5 pieces of steak per kabob, and I normally get like 1.5 to 2 kabobs per steak. All right, now I have got three of those steaks in there, 3 out of 4. I'm going to mix this together and kind of twirl that around and just get everybody coated. I think that's just going to be enough for the 3 big steaks. I'm going to get these into a bag, and then we will let these sit overnight, and I will meet you back here tomorrow to put these kabobs together. All right, friends, it is the next day, and so we are going to get these kabobs together and then grill them. Wow, that sun is really bright. All right, so we are going to go meat, then grill those pickle chips, onion, and then continue to do that with our beef. So beef, pickle, onion, beef, pickle, onion, beef, oops, pickle, onion. I just love onions with my kebabs. I love the flavor that they get, especially the beef ones. All right, so let's see, beef. I think we will do 5 pieces of beef per kebab, so we'll set those there. I will go ahead and I will get the rest of these kebabs made, and then we will take these to the grill and get these ready for dinner. All right, friends, I've got our kebabs totally ready for the grill, so let's take these outside. Thank God it's a nice day. On the grill, we are going to let these cook and turn. Probably about 8 minutes, they'll be ready. So I'm just about ready to take these off the grill. Ooh, these look good and they smell good. Our kebabs, our steak and pickle kebabs are off the grill. Now I've got these covered. I'm going to let them rest for about 10 minutes. And I just had an idea. I am going to whip up kind of like a quick garlic parm dipping sauce because I think it'll be good. So I'm just going to add about a half a cup of mayonnaise. This is like rough estimations, but I'm usually pretty decent. And to that, I'm going to add about another half a cup of sour cream. So kind of half and half mayonnaise and sour cream. All right, now I've got a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then to that, we are going to add, I'm going to start with half a teaspoon of garlic powder and about half a teaspoon of dill. After all, we have pickles on these. So I am going to just kind of whip this together. This kind of like garlic parm dill dipping sauce. We might need like a little milk or something to put in there as well. This is just off the cuff, something I thought it would be good to dip. I love a good horseradish cream sauce for like prime rib and steak. So I think this sour cream, mayonnaise, garlic, dill sauce will be amazing to dip our steak bites. All right, I'm going to try that. Ooh. Yep. Maybe just a little tiny splash of milk just to loosen it a little bit to make it more like a sauce, but that is delicious. And the longer that sits, we're going to get more garlic and more dill. I love it. All right, I've added just a little splash of milk, and then I'm going to go in with just a little tiny bit of salt just to kind of lift that garlic and dill. And then our kebabs will be ready to eat. All right, friends, now is the time. I'm taking all my meat and pickles and onions off of my kebab. Ooh, that's a nice medium, just how I like it. Actually, I would like it a little more rare than that, but we'll go in and try that. That is really good. That is like, you get just a little bit, I mean, you get like all of the garlic and all of that and the parsley, but then you get the soy sauce, the Worcestershire, the pickle juice, just a hint of, and that brown sugar really kind of smooths all that out together. That is really good. I gotta say, I kind of like these. Every once in a while, it's nice to have something different. I am going to try a bite with pickle and onion as well and see if that all goes together. All right, friends, that is delicious. Lastly, I'm just going to add a little bit of this garlic parm dill sauce to my plate, and then I'm going to go in and do everything. Do a dip, and I'll give you one final taste. Ah, look at that. That is cooked. That's cooked just right. I've got steak, pickle, and onion on this bite. I'm going to go ahead and dip that into our little sauce that we made. It's nice to have that creaminess against the punch of the pickles. Ain't nobody mad about serving that. That's a perfect weeknight dinner for a random Thursday. Just saying. Go ahead and make this, friends. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. I am going to finish this steak.